In today's video, we will be covering all the important info or stuff that you may have missed in the recent update. Welcome to the Cozy Vale! The first thing that I noticed was that fishing is now fixed. So now you will get the proper starfish when you fish in the pools and freshwater in the Royal Highlands. Speaking of fishing, one of the new items that they added to the game was the Chum Bucket, which has become actually my favorite item so far. What it does is that it will allow you to place a bucket on the ground and it creates a huge circle in the water or on land. Of course, you can't fish on land, but you can try. And any fish that you actually catch inside that circle will be a starred fish. So what that means is that we don't have to run pool to pool anymore. We can just stand in one spot and fish for 10 minutes. The great thing is people will see these and run to you, which makes the fishing buff for fishing with friends much easier to gain. Unfortunately though, I have tested these and you cannot use them at your plot at the pond. Not sure if that's a bug or intentional. I'm guessing intentional. Would be awesome if we could use them at the pond though. You can buy the recipe from the Amber Echo store at the Royal Highlands Central Stables. If you go to this register, you will notice that they added even more stuff like nameplates, recipes, wallpapers, and even a new jukebox, which is actually my favorite jukebox so far, as it plays the Royal Highlands music. Not only did we get the new Path of Champions, but we also got a small Path of Pride, which gives you free items as well. Also, on the Lunar Path of Champions, this recipe has now become my go-to for focus. The non-starred version gives 250 focus, while the starred version gives 375 focus. However, there are only 3 ingredients needed to make these, and they're grillable, so they're super easy to make. So make sure that you activate the one that you actually want to unlock first. Also, there are 2 new hairstyles that you can get for free with tickets. In case you haven't seen it yet, Royal Highlands has a new live event in every in-game day at 7 a.m. The goal of this live event is to catch either crabs or frogs. You will need to catch the opposing creature for your team to actually win. For example, Team Crabs will catch frogs. Team Frogs will catch crabs. There will also be a live community event on June 16th. And the winning team will get a new plushie. But don't worry, as you will be able to catch both frogs and crabs during this event. Playing both sides is my strategy. Just a few tips for doing the live event. Frogs drop gold and crabs drop amber. However, both creatures have a chance of dropping these little guys for decorating. Not sure if I'm the only one who actually likes these over the plushies or not, but these are some of the coolest decorating items I've seen. Not sure if it's meant to be this way or not, but as of right now, the smoke bombs are actually being used. I figured it'd be more like the Choppa Bloom Pop, where you get infinite arrows, but here you would get infinite bombs, but you don't. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but what I would recommend is going to Ziggy store and just buying regular bug bombs. When the live event is actually over, everyone can open a chest for a chance to get more of these decorating items, food recipes, and even tents. Thanks to somebody on Reddit who posted this is all of the rewards that you can claim during the Crab Wars dynamic event. They also added 5 new quests to the game, which I will cover in a different video. But the only quest that really gave me trouble was the Rift Rock Mount, as I keep getting the same heather tea recipe over and over for some reason. However, someone was kind enough to cook it for me. So if you need a recipe that requires a campfire, just ask in chat and someone will probably help you. Some players are experiencing issues with now not showing up at the ranch to give them the quest that starts off with the Rift Rock. S6 says to make sure that you are level 10 in ranching and fast travel to Highlands and then back to the ranch. You must have completed Prison Beer's questline and make sure that you have no visitors on your plot when you go to your ranch. And I have also heard that players on the Switch can't change mounts due to a bug right now. Unfortunately, I do not play on a Switch, so I cannot confirm nor deny that. However, the Rift Rock mount is totally free And they also drop meat and fur. There is also a few new plushie drops. One for each of the new Royal Cernyx and a jam plushie. In order to get the jam plushie, you will have to gather apples on your own farm. Just a tip, make sure to make a layout so that you don't have to water or do any weed pulling, so you won't have to do as much work. And I'll put a layout for you in case you need it. S6 is mailing rewards out to everyone, so make sure not to do what I did and sell your acorn. Yeah, it's not actually an acorn, it's a twisted tree seed, but it shows up as an acorn for some reason. Now for some quick notes. The Bauhaus is up for voting in Discord. This is a elvish looking unicorn creature, which I guess comes out in the next update. I think it looks pretty cool, and it's not just another plain horse. So Twitch drops are back, but unfortunately this time I'm going to skip them as I don't really need them. And that is it for this video. If it helped you or you enjoyed it, please leave a like and share it with all your friends, as I greatly appreciate it. And as always, stay safe, stay cozy, but most importantly, have fun gaming.